Here's a simpler roast, and one that's good for a big crowd if you want to make several of them, or for just a small group. Instead of stuffing and roasting a whole turkey, you can stuff just the breast to create an equally delicious and elegant dish that cooks in less time. And in this recipe, we use a technique called ballotine, in which the turkey breast is boned, the skin is removed carefully, and I'm doing that right now by going underneath the membrane that holds the skin to the meat of the breast. And this is a half of a breast of a nice, looks like around a 12 or 14-pound turkey. It's a nice piece of meat. And if you need to use the point of a sharp knife to help release it, do so. We don't want to get any holes in the skin, and we want to take it off carefully, leaving it in one whole piece, because this is what we're going to wrap the stuffed turkey breast in. And the skin, this is the whole skin, and it does stretch, so that's what we reserve. We reserve that. Now turn the turkey breast over, and now we have to butterfly it. We want to get it into a shape where we can flatten it, stuff it, roll it, and then wrap it. Get all that? Okay, so the turkey breast has some natural lines of demarcation here. And with the point of a sharp boning knife, what we want to do is get it as flat as possible, all the same thickness. Now again, if you have a good butcher, ask him to do this for you, but you can do all of this yourself. It's not difficult. So already I'm getting it much flatter. This white tendon here, you definitely want to take that out. It will be a little bit tough. And you can, again, take this piece of meat and fold it back with a cut. And I think a little bit here too. So now put this in between some plastic wrap. It's like unfolding a book, really. Take a nice long piece. Place your meat on it, leaving a little bit of space at the end, and fold this over, leaving some space like that. So we can spread out the meat and pound away. Now this pounding actually spreads the meat, breaks down the fibers, and gives you a uniform thickness, which will enable you to stuff and roll. Okay. So there, that looks pretty good, and I think I will be able to roll that sufficiently well. Try to make as much of a rectangle as you possibly can, because we're going to roll it this way. Okay, and here's our stuffing. This is 2 cups of sausage and sour cherry stuffing with some onions, some bread squares, parsley, just a savory, delicious stuffing. Spread that out on the meat, leaving a little bit of the meat clear at that end. Very nice. Sprinkle with a little bit of salt, especially on the meat itself, and some pepper. And then you are going to roll tightly, starting with the short end. Some of the stuffing might fall out. Just put it back in. Okay, like that. And now the turkey skin is going to go over the crease, the end, right here. And that will hold everything together with some string. So you want to cover the seam with the skin. Oh, that looks very good. So once you get the skin covering the seam, roll the turkey in a double piece of cotton cheesecloth. Make sure that it is cotton. The cheesecloth will help keep its shape. This looks really, really good. And then we're going to tie it up. And now to make it very even like a fancy ballotine, you will tie along the plump little package. This is such a great way to eat turkey and not deal with the entire bird. Now, since the ballotine is quite dense, by covering it in the turkey skin and the buttered cheesecloth, you reduce the risk of drying out the outer layers before the roll is cooked inside. And so now, use 6 tablespoons of butter that's room temperature, nice and soft, and rub all over the cheesecloth. Nice thick layer. But with the butter, this is going to be delicious. I'm going to put this right on the baking sheet. Now put this right into a preheated 400-degree oven and roast until the internal temperature registers 155 degrees. And that takes about 70 to 80 minutes. So now the turkey breast has rested out of the oven for 10 minutes. I am removing the trussing strings, which are coming off very easily here. Now unroll the cheesecloth and look what's inside. A gorgeous golden brown turkey breast. And it's juicy. I can smell it, I can see it. Really, really beautifully juicy. And look how pretty. Very beautiful. Now, if you want to eat this warm, just slice it into, I would say, probably like 3/4 inch slices. If you want to serve it cold as part of a buffet, you could do so sliced, I think, a little bit thinner. Impressive, delicious, utterly gorgeous, healthy, and tasty. And out of 1/2 of a turkey breast, you get this very, very beautiful dinner. So now this can be served just like that, or with a very pretty garnish of fresh herbs, like this fresh oregano. It smells so good. You can just put a little bit down the plate, just the tips. This would be very nice on a buffet. Now there, and you've made it yourself. Well, I do hope that you've enjoyed today's lesson. Now it's your turn to impress your family and your friends with one of these delicious roasts. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time on Martha's Cooking School.